Excuse me. Hmm. I need some math. Let's just go into 80. Charge value times 100. So it goes from 0 to 1, right? Charge bar. Max value 1. Let's try that. See how looks the same, right? The max value is 0.8, I guess? 0.8. Let's try that. We could... Does it start at 0? Oh, the min value is... like 2, 0.2. It's better. Whee! Boop, boop. Oh, the fish are bouncing. Okay. Well, right. That's the game right. All the fish are bouncing. Get back. All right, we're back at it. Yeah, let's do this. What I want to do is get our messages. Here. I have a username here, right? Yeah. And the color. But I also want pure ID, so we'll send that, okay? Right here. If username, else string, multiplayer ID, color, and p message. So yeah, we can just keep sending shit. Maybe we'll just throw in the peer ID here. The question is, peer ID, item received, peer ID. Item equal this message, item dot receive. We already have the peer ID. We don't need the username. We have the peer ID on the item. That means it's right here, received. It's received from PID. There it is. From ID. So each time one of these comes in, we can call it here, right? Signal, show, chat, bubble. Where's the whole message at? Just do the 2-string, huh? The label that we have here is username label. From address we don't use, I think, and color, and then obviously the message, which is data, right? Data.p message. Is it p message? P underscore there. That's all we gotta do. From ID p message. We don't need to show their color there. Okay. Signal show chat button. Let's do that. Uh, this could be pretty tricky. Because we essentially need a 3D viewport for these. The line edits need to go down. Let's just get it working, basically. Okay. We might need a timestamp. Hi. Let's get down to a more... Is that too small? Let me do this one. Yeah, I think we've been doing this one. What the fuck is our... We got bouncing fish. I don't think we emitted this. So... No player found with peer ID 0. Huh. I'm making a speech bubble today. So we say signal, show, we show speech bubble, show chat speech bubble, get player, show chat speech bubble. Peer ID is 0 sometimes. That shouldn't be true. From ID. Oh. I think maybe received is the answer here. From. I don't think. Alright, we'll just do a test here. Test. He says test there. He's talking. I don't know about all that, you know. Hi. This is where you shut up. And then we'll just start a timer, fade it out, and then if it gets replaced, whatever. Someone is chatting very fast. They can look at I think it's simple enough. I'm not really gonna overthink it. Now let's see if it goes the other way. You are so dumb. Okay. We need to, like, I wish there was a way to make like a quick timer, you know? Like an even faster way to make a timer. I'm gonna make a timer here. Timer. Speech bubble timer. Let's put that in here. We could tween. We can just tween it. Let's do a tween. Tween var text tween. Tween.new. All right, let's say Godot using tweets. I always forget the tween like syntax. It's basically going to be tween, no, text tween property. Oh, alpha, or what is the, it is visibility, does it have as alpha? Oh god, modulate. There we go, perfect. Copy property path. Modulate A. Okay, the node path is speech bubble. And then the final var, found it. Oh, here, look, we got an example right there. And then we'll do a real cubic get. Can we just do it like this? Await get stream dot timeout. Start the text tween. And then the tween is going to take argument 1 should be an object, huh? It's a tween property. So it goes speech bubble, then that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Tween bubble that. And then text tween, let's see, finished. I don't know. I wrote a bunch of shit. That's probably bad. But The tween just broken. Create tween? Oh. The tween property modulate A does not exist on object label speech bubble. What does that mean? I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's modulate A. We need the whole thing to modulate, not just that. How do we get this? Outline modulate. Okay, that's fine too. I was pretty close. I wasn't actually that far off here. But outline modulate. Missed to come here. So next, what's next? Okay. Then we'll add a little something for like when. Godot print text tween linear. How do you determine the duration? There's no visible ratio on that. Duh. Oh, I can't see it like this. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's see. So we go here, and then what about width? We could do it over. We could do it instead of here. We could do it. This could be fun to do. And this one. Label P message. Here we go. And then we do this because this should have a 2D version. A little fun. We're gonna do that. And then we get rid of the one over here. Whew, I'm tired today. I'm not gonna make it very long. How come he's not tested? Why is his name Orfa? Oh, because I texted. That does not work here. Okay. Doop. Get rid of that. Okay. I shouldn't have fucking started doing this. Be silly, and I'm doing some silly shit here. Okay. So basically, what we had was good. So we'll go back to what we had, and then we just need to figure out how to. Make it longer. Well, it wasn't. It was replace. It wasn't replacing itself. When we have multiple messages is the problem. Because it's running the same tween. No, we got a tween that kill? Just do this. I forget how you do this. I have an idea. I have a good idea. Here's what we do. Timer. I'm gonna go back to the timer idea. Timer, chat. Speech, bubble, timer, percent. Throw it here. I'm gonna throw it way down here. I don't really care where it goes. Okay, I'll pull it back up to the top. Fine. That's what we're gonna do. This is kind of smart, actually. So we have the timer, and we're gonna say one shot equal true. And now, when the speech bubble timer starts, we will give it a wait time equal to the new text dot length divided by 10 or something like that. Right? Or size? String. That's fine. Godot cancel running tween. How do you do this? Trust up a try. Cancel running tree. Do not release strings. Very well. Oh, okay, that's what you do. Text tween. We go like this. Okay, so we create the tween, and then we say if tween we kill. Okay. Okay. Now what? All right, so the way this works is the new text shows speech bubble timer starts. And then once it expires, what do you think the wait time here is going to be? I don't know. We have to figure out that in a second. Wait time. It's 3. I'm getting some silly stuff going on here. All right, let's get a good idea of what a sentence looks like. Hello, this is A. It's 1. But if we type what am I looking for? I'm not looking for divided by. Oh, I'm not changing the right one. Oh my god. That is so funny. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we do... I want to go like that. Okay, let's try that out. Haha. You so silly. What happened? Something's wrong. This is it, my friend. don't think that worked all that well. Let's try that. Testing the speech bubble. Nah, that's no good. That's whatever you say, my friend. I don't want to think very hard. Nah. Well, let's just see. Let's see what the longer ones look like. Print. I'm just not really sure what the longer ones look like. What's the longer look like? Six? That's entirely too long. LOL. No, that's pretty good. I think this should work. So what we're looking for is it to be above our heads as well when we chat, so we know that we're chatting. Haha. Silly you. Options. No. Yes, friend. No, you are not going to say we are this large or bigger. This definitely needs to be bigger, even at that size. Wait, that was really fast. That was really fast. Why did it go away so fast? The wait time should be 10. That was not 10 seconds whatsoever. It's like 3 max. Blair. That was 10. That was actually 10. I don't know what's up. Okay, that was good. And let's get this once so we don't have to keep ignoring it. Var text ratio this. T. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10. Why did a short one result in 10? That didn't... Oh my gosh, it's like... I should do division first, right? Am I crazy? I'm crazy here. Test. Goes away. Oh no. We're doing the previous one. That's so funny. So if I type long, this is a longer message. It's 10 seconds. Short. Oh, good enough. Now, why does this happen so much slower? because it's... Does that work? Nope. They go at the same time even if you set one to a different time. Why is that? A lot of magic numbers. Now we just pump up the size. 64, 32. That looks good. Whatever. Oh, what the fuck? Where did it put me? Tired. All right, let's get some water. The fuck? Am I actually paying for these fucking tokens? I don't know. I don't think so. I've got to... Get a little bit of free tokens per day, right? Fuck is my fork? Right. Oh! What the fuck is going on? Making a physics game when you don't understand physics, pretty hard. Oh, I can't remember. It's just like heavy or something. I've exhausted my gap. What's the actual cost? I forget what I've signed in with. I don't know if I want to do this. I had Perplexity for a while. So sign in here. Okay. Oh, it's just plus Z. Okay. So that should be really simple. We just plus. We changing all of our offsets here. It should be fine. So it's further away now. And if I take a fish, I take that in there. Whoa, where'd he go? I think it's working. Okay. Oh my God. It's not working at all. It's only going in that one direction. So it didn't. So AI has misled us here, right? But remain static. If you want this option to follow facing right, remain static. Tons of local value transform at once. Oh, we need to do this. So we have to do multiplicative offset. Oh, so plus this. This is what we do. Oh no. Give me the pickup body. Where's the body? Fishing rod. Fuck it. Fucking fuck. Pickup body. There it is. Okay, so undo that. Go back here. We say offset forward. For forward offset. There we go. Okay. Makes sense to me. Okay, so now my fish should be close to the chest. Give me a fish. Ooh, it's so close that it wants to eat me. What about one? Okay, one is good. What about -5? It's so close, it wants to just get in my way, huh? What about 0? How come my player collisions? How come players like collide so differently than like, because they're not physics bodies, they're being. CR is not there. It's just not on a world, right? False. It's only on that. So, what do we do this? Doesn't matter. I can't bash the stupid rock. I can't bash a fish. That means I would be able to push rocks too. Okay, there we go. Okay, that tracks. Oh no, they're not listening to me. Okay, so what did I put on the fish offset? 1. About 0.5. Remote fish. I gotta remember to do that if I'm on the remote. So we'll look at the collision shapes. It's a bunch of shit. If we do this, he's. Oh, I've got to find fish number 4. Okay. Fish 4, fish 6, 5, 4. Okay. That's kind of what we want. Yeah, I don't know why. A rock doesn't stop us, does it? Oh, it does. So we get on the edge of it. Does anyone know why a collision layer is so weird? It's like we can push them a lot easier when we're a weird shape like this, right? Is that the thing? Is that about it? Is that why? Hmm. They have 5 bounce. How about 0.2 bounce? Why my frame rate is so low right now? I'll put it on adaptive. I thought I smoothed all that out. Maybe it's this fucking cart and stuff, you know? I don't know. I think this is hopeless. I think I'm about to give up. I'm about to give up. It's nice to be able to do this all in code and just, you know, toggle these on and off when probably ways to do that, but in scene tree, but see, I fixed this a long time ago. Now it's just back. See how smooth it is on this guy. Oh, why? I don't know what I'm doing. It's typical. Just kind of mashing buttons like a monkey. Maybe I'm just no better than an LMM. Okay, that sort of worked, right? Yeah, it did work. Excellent. And so now I just get this off of there. Oh, I never do null here. So tricky. What? Pick up. It's very good, actually. I've done a really good job. On interact. Looking good. Hey, by the way. Hey, by the way. Hey, by the way. on interact, where's the request interact? We should get the um we should display this, the body that we're looking at. The body is the current interactable. That's fine. Wait. Targeted interactable here. There we go. So now Andrew can pick up the rock, which is me. All right, we'll get the other player here. And when he picks up a rock, it's Andrew's. Hey, Andrew, the man, the networker, the legend. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm kind of blocking the fucking action here. Let me get this fucker out of the way. By fucker, I mean me. Yeah, let's go over here. So you can see, can I point? I can point still. This is Rock Andrews. So, if Andrew drops the rock, it's not Andrews anymore. It's just a rock. Pick it up. It's number one's. He's the host. Sometimes like the player collision, like player bodies don't have the same physics, but this is so fun because you can like run into a rock now and it's like you can almost go bowling. Yeah, rock and roll. And the other cool thing is that we said rock and roll. And now Andrew says rock and roll above his head like that. That's pretty cool. And I made the text stick around longer if you type something longer. You can go, yeah, sure. So I don't know. We're building all these systems up and like maybe one day we'll get a game out of it. But no errors in the console. Unbelievably cool that we have no errors. I love having no errors. And you know, this feels so good. It's not always true, and sometimes we get a little bit in the weeds fixing all of the errors, but the fact that we have these complicated systems, I have a what's called an interact body, which is a physics body, that's the base class. And we have a pickup body that is the extended class. And then we have a fishing rod that extends the pickup body, and that's another class, and they build up on each other. And in this case, we can fish. So let's turn on the fishing rod. Prop spawner. We're gonna turn one fish. Let's get those fish back in here. Those fish are fun. I like having the fish around. Rocks and fish and mushrooms and you know we can go to the other level too, but we got this fishing rod. And now we've got it. So the problem I'm having is that it's now jittery, and I hate jitter. Oh my gosh, it's smooth on the host, but that doesn't matter because I'm not the one else is playing the host. I don't know what I did. We crash. The question is, how is this guy still in the game? Because the host is disconnected. Oh, am I the host? Yeah, I'm not the host. Let's go to the main menu. That's weird. I think his everything got cleaned up there. Man, I was just saying how few bugs we have. But this is a new object that we're working with, so you know it's a little excusable to have problems with it. But throw a fish. What are we gonna do now? What was the word that we used? Display text? Yeah, here it is. You don't have problems sometimes with the Godot plus Mac, especially HDR? Yeah, well, they have color. The HDR stuff is coming soon. I think in the next version. But usually I don't have colors. Also, I'm not very like tuned into colors because I always have flux on, which is like kind of makes my screen kind of orangish green or just kind of different. So I love Mac. I don't have any problems with Mac. But you can also get like a better monitor. I have like a pretty good monitor. It's like pretty big. But it's not like a true color monitor. That might be why I'm a little immune to color issue. But HDRs, I don't even know if it's on. I think it's off. Hmm. Sometimes color seems different on my side, like when porting to Mac, some colors look bright. That's a good question. I don't know. When I get to working on environments, like I'm always like kind of second guessing myself. So you're probably onto something. I mean, was it you who was helping me with the trees last night, like in my lake scene? Because yeah, I'm not really sure how they look on other people's screens yet. We'll see. We have to fix the hip shape. I think. Oh yeah, we can jump over there at the admin menu. It's raining fish. Got to make the base of that a lot bigger. Because I do like how you can kind of like set it down carefully. kind of makes sense. Now the question is, should we do? We can do another collision shape, right? And it doesn't matter. Like you know, have two. We could you can make a combination of collision shapes, right? Yeah, the six trees are looking good. Thank you for that again. That's really nice. I was gonna add some more stuff today, like some grass and like some underwater vegetation. So let's see. I don't know that proton scatter comes with a couple, and you know this proton scatter thing. I have a love hate with it. Like I love it when it works, but boy, does it run into some cases where you know you've got to tweak it and get it to work. And so I spent a long time last night working on it. Um, but some grass, and that is nice. That's some nice grass right there. What else do they have? That's not nice grass. That's textureless grass. Bush. Oh yeah, that's the one. I've used this one before. So we probably want a separate one for underwater grass. We'll use that other one. Yeah, so Proton Scatter's a scatter tool, and I'll show you how it works real quick as soon as I get this other. Where the fuck did the grass go? I had this one. It's really cool because you can just say like, I want to make it inside this particular shape. They've got a circle on there, but I typically use a box shape, and you can increase that size and tell it to collide on the geometry. So once you get it out big enough, um, you can tell what proportion of stuff you want. So if you do 200 by 200 and then 20, or let's do 5, yeah. So now, so they should be floating on the lake. And obviously there are not enough of them. So we just go into this item. We say create inside. You can do randomize the amount and the rotation, and like, yeah, it snaps to the surface with the project on colliders thing over here. But the trick for this one is definitely to do remove points on miss. So that means like the ones that are in the lake will disappear. Let's see if they miss the ground. So all of these over here, and when we turn this up, there's going to be a lot more. But this simplifies stuff, and you just do. And if you want it to go like deeper, so with the seagrass one, I'm gonna have to change the ray length here for the projectile colliders. But it also allows you to like randomize the seed. You can go like this. Just kind of find one that looks good. You know. So wondering if like it splits it into chunks. Yes, that's what it does. Yeah. So not as efficient as you think for big open worlds. You'll have to do your own like wandering clip map strategy. So open worlds, yeah, I mean you can do it. I don't know, but I've done wandering clip map a couple of times, and that's a pretty cool effect, but it's very time intensive. So I'm just gonna throw a couple of more random. I'm gonna do a scale. We'll do 0.5, whatever. Well, why not 2? 2, 2. There we go. So now it's just gonna randomize the size of them. And I want this shape to be 220. So it hits the corners there. Looks pretty good. And it does do multi-mesh. So we talked about multi-mesh instancing. So if there is a performance tab here, so you can use instancing. So that's actually going to multi-mesh. You can keep static colliders. So the trees can each have a collider, but that can, I think that's not as compatible with the multi-mesh instance. Yeah, and obviously we have too many fucking trees right now, so we have a choice. We can do a scatter shape for these trees, so they're all in this scatter shape here, right? And so let's say you say, oh well, you know what, this area near the shore needs an item scatter shape. You can do a scatter shape, and you can throw it right there, and you give it a shape like a box or a sphere or anything. In this case, I think actually a box is fine, but sometimes they always use spheres in their examples. You just spread that thing out a little bit, give it a little whatever, and then say 40, 40. You move it on to where you want it, and then negative. So got rid of it. And these other ones, these other trees are on a different scatter shape, so they're not affected. And so maybe instead of creating another negative, I'll just throw this global seed a couple times and just kind of, you know. So the scatter shape is probably a little too big for this. But yeah, we can go look at what it looks like. I think I've got to turn down the overall number of trees. So we'll jump into map 2. Yeah, it's looking starting to come together. And that's pretty cool that we got a tree over there. The problem is I end up like kind of playing with this way too much and like overdoing it. So I'm gonna try to like not overthink it. Also, I gotta make the fish kind of move around and shit. Right now they're a little static. Yeah, hell yeah. Why are the rocks buoyant? That's kind of cool. It makes me want to make ice. See, now the jitter is gone. It's still there. Is it because I'm colliding? The jitter is there. Yeah, I think it's the collisions. Yeah, so if you are colliding with these things, but the rock shouldn't float. Yeah, I just turned them off. So you just see this buoyant check mark. I was thinking about an ice block. They should ride. So I just turned them back on, and then you can just turn them off, and they just sink. It's kind of fun to try to grab them. Yeah, there we go. I grabbed one. Yeah. So they're kind of gravity is kind of weak on throwing stuff. I don't know why. Is that? Oh well. Real gravity is much more intense. I think maybe the integrate forces function is interfering with it. Oh, is it the dampening? I think it's the buoyancy damp. It's kind of like playing in a sand pit. Like if you're in the water, you can't toss as far, which kind of tracks. But if you're out here, you can toss pretty far, a little bit further. Yeah, an ice snow level. That sounds nice. You can jump around. So another thing I did is the fish. You see how it's so close to me now? You can actually adjust the fish in terms of its forward offset. It can go. Come on. It's so far now. Okay. I didn't hit save. I don't know. You should vibe code it. Do whatever you fucking want. I don't know. I'm not here to be your boss. Tell you what to do. But vibe coding fucking sucks. So if you can get the same mechanics that you know I've got by vibe coding, I guess go for it. Vibe code. Yeah. So right now the facing direction is bugged. So in this case, we need to go back to our pickup. Um, and so forward offset is this. So we are not adding the forward offset. We're multiplying it. So here we have forward dir, forward offset. So it's forward dir plus forward offset should be a little bit better. Okay, let's see. Give me that fish. He's gone. Back to my fish. Reset. Save. Give me my fish. Okay, so now I can demonstrate that I can take the forward offset from 0 down to 0. Save. Okay, it's just out there. What about negative 0.5 or negative 1? So at least it's like doing really well in terms of its ability to stay with me. Nah. Yeah, a little bug there, but nothing's crashing. So the offset forward, still not really. Oh, I did it on rock. I'm in the rock scene. So reset that. Go get a rock. The rocks are all. Oh, I can make them buoyant real quick. Come back, Parks. think I'm crashing. They're not obeying my buoyancy. Would you recommend a certain computer create a game like this, not vibe code it? Yeah, I mean, the best advice I can give you is, try to learn on YouTube. I taught myself how to do game dev through YouTube. So, that's something you can do. And you can run this on very minimal hardware. So, it's really up to you what you want to do. Essen Box Essen Box released today. Yeah, I saw that it was out, and obviously Essen Box is really cool, and it's really something I would like to look at and learn more about. And it's much cooler than my stuff, so my stuff is so newbie and amateurish. All these bugs, all this time, my stuff is not as good. But if you don't know state machines, I don't know how much it would help you. I used to write ChatGPT as a state machine. It wasn't bad. I mean, I do know how to use state machines, but yeah, you need to know. Um, like I have a pretty powerful state machine for the player. I don't use them as much as maybe I should, but it's pretty basic. Ready, initial state. We do all the physics processing here and the processing in this top level node, and then the idle state. Um, Everything has an enter and exit, verifications, update. Idle doesn't do anything on here, and it does check it floor, apply gravity, and move. Input management is called from the parent, and I can disable that. The ragdoll state is the most complicated one because we do some checks to see if you should be allowed to leave or enter the ragdoll state. Animation player and the state machine, yeah, yeah. So the um animation tree is a state machine for that. And in this project, we have a pretty simple one. I really like this one, but I don't use it as much as I should as well. So the fun part is that this custom blink thing, he's gonna blink and it just basically reads a value for this and mixes that if you have your animation split up, but it's pretty cool. And this is the tilt, so I think it tilts left to right when you're running. I better not fuck with it. Oh, maybe it's so it's on his feet. Hey, that could probably arguably should be in one station. I think yeah, I didn't know Godot had visual coding. It only has visual coding for a few things, but there are plugins for it. In fact, um, Godot had an extremely robust visual coding system that was matching blueprints. And they just removed it in 4.6, I think. Yeah, the animation tree is pretty cool. It's very nice. What's cool though is in here, this state machine inside is nested. So you can see this state drives this one shot, which is you can just fire it. How do you fire it? The on. Where's the on? Where's my it's the pretty sure I can just fire it here. I forget how. Oh, here it is. Fire. Right there. Hello. Hi. We should add that. We should add that. Well, I'm 4.5. Update is going to break anything. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything breaking, but I think 4.5 to 4.6 actually did like change a little bit in a couple spots and some rendering things. So they keep improving 3D. So if you're not working in 3D, you don't have much to worry about. But um, if you're doing 3D like me, you might have a little more problems. But yeah, what I was saying is there's a nested state machine in here on the left. I am in 3D first go at it. Yeah, congrats. I think 3D is really fun. So this part, you can like determine rules for transitions, where you can go. And so I used to work on like a Dark Souls type project, and this sort of state machine is really useful. And this looks like it has a path, route, state machine, and then you can go even nested into these run, and yeah, these are nice. I've really grown to love this little guy. And Godot in general. I just wish I could solve this jitter issue. Let's see how bad it is right now. Prop spawner. So we'll do none of these. Oh, we need one rock, right? So we'll do one rock or five. We'll do 5 rocks. And then we're gonna think about it a little bit. What did we do what did we change here? I think we changed everything. I always feel like I'm supposed to use the tools like this that devs put in the engine instead of coding things. You should. I do as much as possible in code, personally. My state machine is jank. My jump animation doesn't play, but my land animation does. Landing and jumping is actually deceptively difficult. I do not envy that. I try to work from assets, jump start. Yeah, so oof. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, that's the great point. Hey, by the way, it's actually a 3-state action. It's nuts. It's like almost like an attack, even like if you think about it. Oh Lord, we've got so many changes on the branch here. Let's get some more music back. I hope you guys. I was listening to like something silly like this. Um, What if you tighten the forces when you're running physics so the item has as much play as opposed to moving the mouse around? So you were actually running into something in physics and in networked areas where we probably need to run and integrate forces on a networked variable, because basically the network updates are coming at it at a different rate than the physics engines, and they're having a disagreement over who should move the object. So it's kind of complicated. The character rigid body doesn't matter. It's positioning. Basically, there are two things happening. One, the character is moving, and his position where he wants to carry it is moving. Then the rock is moving, following that, and the rock wants to follow that position, but it's basically saying, "I think you're here," and everyone's saying, "No, I'm over here," and basically, I think the integrate forces command, basically, we also have this next carry velocity, this physics process here, this delta. So we are getting this next carry to velocity, we might need to like do this lerping a little bit different. Yes, my cursor is as big as it goes because I don't want to lose where it is when I'm looking at my giant monitor. Like this monitor, the size of me is like about the same size as to be looking at this monitor. It's 42 inches. It's a fucking 3-foot wide monitor. So I try to get a big monitor to reduce eye strain. So I just have one big monitor, and I have you guys on chat over on this side. Coding on a TV, yeah, it's essentially a TV. It's a 42-inch PG Asus, whatever the fuck. Asus ROG. ROG Alley. No, yeah, it's a big TV. It's a nice way to code. Most of the observable jitter comes from the camera, and so our camera's on top level. I'm just wondering. I'm wondering if we just do. What if we just return, as a test, return, and then we're also gonna check our no more eye stream, but neck. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I usually work on one monitor, but I've been doing a lot of streaming. And I should probably put you guys up above me, but the TV's so big I can't do that. And then I should put you down below me here so I can look down. I don't know. Something I should probably put you on like a little dedicated screen right in front of there. This monitor over here sucks. And you're right about the neck strain. I'm starting to get that from chatting too much. Or I could bring back that overlay that's on my screen so I could see it, you know. That could be nice because I don't know. OBS doesn't do that by default, which is kind of super annoying. It does in Windows. I think I can't get an overlay. Oh, here's a cool feature I launched recently. So if I go options to the character, I can change my name to like Red. You're Red in my chat, and I'll say Momentous Hero. There you go. It updated real time. And then what's cool about that is that, you know, this guy can change his name, Andrew. And we can have a conversation. We can go, hello, friend. And you can see it's in both windows. And then we can say, hello. You are a noob. Oh, we saw a little bit of a bug there where we didn't cancel the tween when the yeah, so basically rushed. You are a noob. Should stay there for a little bit of time and then fade out. So, what? No. I'm gonna try to time it again to reproduce the bug. Yeah, see, it faded out again. So basically, on start, we have to kill the tween. This is real easy to fix. So we have a tween at the bottom here. Speech expired. We're killing the tween on speech expired. All we have to do is also kill the tween if we get a new message like this. So we could actually need to put this into a function because we're going to reuse it. Func kill speech tween. Just a quick one. Throw that here. And we will reset our modulation here. This is a nice get our modulation, our alpha. And now all we have to do is kill speech tween. Speech expired. We stop it if it's going, but we also want to stop it when we start. So on start the timer, we go like this. Do a little quick right there. There we go. That's it. Haha. Wave from like BB code. You can throw a rich text label onto that. I would do a rich text label, but I'm trying to keep it like pretty clean. Like never empty gray boxes. Empty gray boxes scaling field off until you add more assets. Yeah, good point. Mine is pretty. I don't think I have problems with scaling. Like I'm using a pretty reduced feature set. But first we're gonna test the chat thing. So let's do hey, by the way. It's kind of funny. It updates real time. I should probably like wait until it submits so people can decide so they don't chat through their username. But hey, and then I'm gonna say by the way right when it fades out. By the way, you are noob. Works pretty good. Yeah, it is funnier, which is always a good reason. But you were mentioning that you think it's too empty. Well, watch this. One built into this system is a demo level, but we also have Map Lake Small. So let's go to Map Lake Flat, actually. And here we are. We're in our scene. I don't know. I had this. Did I have this on earlier for you guys? I don't think I did. My scaling is my hardest thing to get in my head around, like making it feel real. I mean, the tip is just make it bigger. This tree is kind of small. Just make it giant, especially when you're doing combat in competitive games. Yeah, I mean, I've done some combat-based games, but this one's a little more goofy. It's got a little more forgiving, you know. I'm digging that. Let's go back to our test level. Banking on that once I add more assets, it falls into place. Yeah. I've never gotten to a point in a game where I have enough assets or feel like I'm, ready to launch or anything. I kind of just, I noodle on this stuff too much. I just build up these systems, and like someone mentioned like Sandbox, like Sandbox, and I'm kind of in that mode where I'm just like making like Sandbox stuff, So he's jittering every once in a while, but not that often. Now he's pretty, yeah, so the jitter is happening. But let's try it with a rock. So it's liquid smooth on this guy, because he's the host. His name is One. See, it's jitter. Do I say sandbox? Sandbox? What do I say? What do you want me to say? Gary's Mod. I'll just call it Gary's Mod 2. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Alright, so for one, the carry distance is negative, so let's put reset. There, now it's really far. So let's go 0. There. The carry offset is right there. Look how smooth that is at some point, and then it just jitters. Here's a test. I want to do something. Ragdoll. The Ragdoll script is a big problem. Have you seen the dev play out? I don't know. I think they have something. I'm not a professional game developer, so I can't really say I'm ever going to get paid. Honestly, I'm wasting my time doing all this stuff, so it's kind of depressing. Is that the host? It's not. I figured it out. Yep, that tracks. Smooth. Wait. It's not smooth. But I did eliminate a variable. Looks pretty good. What have we got here in the aux? options. Disabled. Let's go full screen. They're going to sell enough to pay for the main devs, and the money gets put into a fund to pay for all the community game devs. So if you make to something like TTT, everyone gets to play. That's pretty cool. That's a really interesting dev payout system. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, seems like a nice model, but I'm jittering. Let me save this stupid fucking shit before I mess it all up, right? Gary already made his stacks from Gmod. Yeah, he's definitely in the position where he can be a little more free with what they can do. Like, that's a great thing about devs like the Slay the Spire devs or other devs. They get to have creative freedom and kind of do cool stuff without having to worry too much, right? That's funny. Jitter's way worse when I have integrate forces going and that, so it's a big hint. Rocket from DayZ is making a free Kerbal Space Problem. Oh, that's fun. I've never played Kerbal Space. I almost got Kerbal Space Program, but I was like, oh, I don't know. I can't do that. Silly. What, the actual Kerbal Space or the new one? Or I'd rather play the one in Sandbox, to be honest. Something a little more simple. I don't know. I don't know. I do all this work with like physics in my game, so maybe I would like it. I should probably really work on Sandbox, honestly. I should drop what I'm doing and just make silly, stupid shit in Sandbox and get paid. KSP, you can play with no money. You mean, yeah, KSP is really cheap. Like, it's like $2 or something. I don't know, maybe $10. I mean, it's not about the money. It's about the time. So spending my time wisely is dubious value. I don't know. Nothing I'm doing is valuable right now, but we'll see. All right, so how do we adopt this code, this next carry velocity? I think this can take step. No, I mean, like, you can play sandbox mode or whatever, and I'm just glazing because it's been playing since 2011. Oh, yeah, if it's one of your favorite, like, absolutely, I understand that. Don't worry. That's great. Like, we all have our favorite games. Like, I've been playing Dota 2 for 2 decades, 20 fucking years. I've been playing Halo. I love Halo. I've Smash Brothers Melee. Like, I love all these old games too. Like, so I get that it's like that for you. Totally. Okay. Let's try that. Just move this here. Keep those comments in there just for later, just for spice. Fuck. What did I do wrong there? This check. Where was set next? Where was the set carry velocity anyway? Oh, I said I was gonna save before I fucked with this, right? Yeah, it's right here in this. Let me save before I fuck with it. Good save point. Feet add proton scatter, trees, fishing rod, fixes, throw better. Rust and KSP are my longest played games for sure. Yeah, I get that. I like those. My survival one is like Valheim. I really like that one. The building and the vibes in Valheim are immaculate. I was crushed when KSP came out and the publishers pushed the devs to release a broken EA and proceeded. Ah, yeah. There's so many bad stories like that in the game industry. Like, I hate that. Sucks, man. You were waiting for that, but hey, Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire 2 is a big success story. That's another one of my favorites. I got thousands of hours in those. I'll be right back. The fuck you to Unity, yeah, I know their Godot success story. I actually made a little YouTube video about the decompiling and extracting their assets and stuff. It's pretty fun in Godot, and it was fun to open it up in the editor and see all the cool stuff they did. And one thing that's nice is that they took the same strategy I did as for scene composition. Uh, you didn't know it was in Godot? It's one of the biggest ones. I mean, it is the biggest. It was one of the biggest Steam games. I mean, of all time, not just the. So it's. I made like a video. So cool. I've got to make some more videos, but there you go.
There are steps you can take to obscure.
So my boy just got it for me like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's got multiplayer. I really wanted them to add multiplayer, and so they did that. All right, so we've moved it here. I don't think this is gonna make any difference, right? And we can do state that step. Because I realized while I was away that rocks aren't buoyant, so this code isn't running anyway. So I don't know why. Why did the fucking UI get all fucked up? So this shouldn't matter, actually. Still jitter. Yeah, we jitter. We jitter harder than even we jittered. We never jittered before. So one thing to try is VSync. So we're at 120 frames per second. Man, I fixed all this and now it's back and making me sad. I got a Balatro and he got me that. The engineer grabs my college made a canoe out of concrete. What the fuck? It does work. You can do anything. So you're right. Buoyancy is not dependent on whether it's a rock or not. I mean, look at aircraft carriers. University of Maine. Nice, yeah. I'm on East Coast down DC way, so. I visited Acadia National Park recently. That was a really nice part of Maine. Very beautiful. Glacial. Very, very enjoyable area. Yeah, East Coast gang. Yeah, I've got I have a Discord. It's in my YouTube videos for East Coast Godot. I think you guys have a Boston meetup, though. You actually have like a Boston group you can go to. So obviously, like in GodotCon and stuff, like I think that'll be in Boston again, right? We're gonna try a different strategy. The one thing we didn't do here. This. Honestly, I don't know. I'm so new to Godot. I was fooling around in Unity a while. Yeah, absolutely. I switched it up. Like, a lot of people switched it up. Yeah, Godot is a great engine. You should definitely give it a shot. It's really lightweight. It's a lot of fun. It's really easy. And, like, you're obviously already building in 3D or something. So, like, you know, I found that I started in 2D and I was very, very scared to go to 3D. I was like, I'll never do a 3D game. And now all I can do is 3D because the 2D was so easy. I was like, oh, I guess I could try it. We're gonna try some different freeze modes here. We're gonna try mask layer value. I'm trying to create a true puppet. Made a cute little game for my girlfriend. TD switched up to 3D. Yeah, I'm a long way off from release, as you can tell. So. So, at this speed, it's stable. But when I'm running, it's a little better. Let's switch it up. No, it's better when I stop running. Why is it, okay, it's not smooth. Is it a camera thing? It's not a camera thing, right? I just randomly decides to be smooth. Oh, did I still have a VSync on? Disable that. It's working pretty good. I think maybe that helped. I don't know. Once I got network stability. Nope. Oh, yep. So basically what's happening is we have this body at rest on our machine, perhaps. I'm trying to find how a puppet, like a true puppet. I don't know why. Okay, so I guess that was a good test. That worked really well. I love how easy it is to make groups so you can just assign things. Yeah. So I like to, personally, I do add to group on Ready so I can see them, like add to group. And then you can use a string name like Tess or Rock in this case. And then you can get them, get tree dot get nodes in group rocks. You know, add to group rocks. There we go. And then you say for child or for rock in get nodes in group, and then you could do rock dot queue kill all the rocks. So I personally like to do it in the ready function because I can forget like what I've clicked over here, and especially since it's buried all the way over here. I don't have any groups, but I use a lot of groups, but they're not listed there because they're all listed in code. So you can say add to group, and you can see the big one I use is this add to players group. So I guess I only use one right now, but I've used them in a lot of the projects. So. I'm probably gonna wrap up, but yeah, groups are great. I'm gonna wrap up in like 5-10 minutes here, guys. Get your questions in. It's jittery. Put it down. Super jitter. What the fuck? It's almost like when I changed to VSync, it liked it, but then... Alright, so let's do that test again. VSync enabled. Yeah, it's much better with VSync. So, frame rate, friends. I appreciate your time. I dropped a follow. You are a cool dude. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. You know, this is what we do around here. I'll turn this down a little. Time for bed soon. Was it 9:30? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Been doing Godot for a while. Mostly focused on multiplayer, and it's a big challenge to make a multiplayer game. So that's why I haven't shipped any games recently. But I am having fun and just enjoying the process. And do I have a skybox in the other? This is a nice skybox. Do I have a skybox in the other level? I don't think I do. It's a fog, right? Yeah. I should amend that real quick. So one thing I haven't showed you, but my systems are really oh my gosh, that's cool. Okay. I can pick up my friends. I can pick them up. There's a case where we have done something a little bit different for next carry, set next carry velocity. Was I working on this here? I'm a little confused now. No worries. Getting to the end of the evening when I'm tired as fuck. I got multiplayer running and working through Steam. That was a daunting task to start off with. Yeah. Mine are a little simpler. I have done Steam too, but I use something called WebRTC, and that makes yeah, this is the error right here that we're seeing. That makes creating games really easy to connect to because it's cross-platform, no money, it's free, it's good for testing. So I use WebRTC and I use a eNet relay. But I've also used the Steam Pure. It was pretty easy. It's just very annoying to test because you need two computers or like I guess a VM or something, and you know I'm not really happy about that. Ooh, rocks. Yeah, switching between, yeah. That's a good point. We should get some rocks in there. I like it. Rocks. Bush. Bad tree. Good. Trees. One. All right, so now that we have that, I think we do want a scatter shape of box. I mean, we're dealing with a box shaped level, so let's go 200, 200. Okay. So one thing you can do is that for the rocks, you can do them much more random because you want them to be sillier. So you take this number and you go 360. You take this number, you go 360. And now they're just a variety of different rocks everywhere. And I don't think this is going to work, but we could try the Cube Static Colliders. Visual pipelines. Yeah, it's started pushing tests to GitHub and they made it so they made a launcher and I had Laptop and Friends. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, you can just grab file, send files over. That's nice. Yeah, testing, quick feedback loop is very important for testing, and it's one thing my projects kind of do well is how quickly I can test new builds. But I do need to get like an actual play test because you learn a lot. Okay, so I go right through it, and I think that's kind of how it's supposed to work. One thing I don't know is that why is my UI size different with the video? I think I need a UI size slider, right? I wouldn't be able to see where the yeah, I can't see shit. Oh god. What's wrong with the rock? It didn't move for a minute. I don't know why. Yeah. Google Docs suck. So it's like sleeping. It's colliding. That's cool. What collision shape is this on? That's really promising. The question is, does it work on web? Yeah, that's really cool. The interesting thing is, this should be a GPU particle, a GPU multi-mesh instance. So sometimes it's not gonna work. Frames per second, 7, 8, 60 frames per second. Obviously, I'm the host, so this is not going to be a problem there. Let's go over to Map Lake Flat. Damn. Yeah, so nothing works now. Fuck. Disappointed. Pretty sure I. Yeah, so because the GPU, basically the GPU rules. Here's the deal. Like, I'm not even sure. I think it might be a Firefox issue. I think I tested this. Okay, we'll turn the. I'm pretty sure I tested this thing, and it worked with like some the asset. It worked with the assets, like the ones I'm using, like these trees and shit. So this is the last thing we're gonna do today. How often do you stream? I've actually been streaming every day, about 7 Eastern, 8 Eastern. But that's hard to do. Admin. The goal is to have viewers be able to play my game pretty soon. It's gonna be a fishing game. Yeah, they're all gone. I thought I turned collision shapes off. I don't think that's why that stuff's missing. I don't dig it. You know what's interesting is we'll do a different test. Ready? Multi-mesh instance. So I go mesh. I think I tested like the multi-mesh instance. And what that means is that this is a different way of mesh, and we might have to like do a worse way. So we have a mesh. It is a plane mesh, and it is going to be 100 by 100. And then I have a mesh instance 2D, and I can load any tree mesh. He's very small right now, but we can tell him to be large. Populate surface. So we'll do 100. Target surface is the first mesh, and the source mesh is the second one, the tree. Populate. There they are. Okay, so here's the deal, friends. Stop the HTTP server. Run it in browser one more time, baby. Yeah, thank you for your time. Yeah, thanks. This is the last thing we're testing. I think I'm pretty sure I tested this method and it worked. Admin menu, load level, map like flat. So we should see a little bit of trees. They're kind of fucked up and weird, but that's promising. Boom. Yeah, excellent. So that is promising because what this does is keeps all of your 3D assets to a single draw call. One draw call. That means it's gonna run butter smooth on the, and that way we can devote more of our CPU power to physics. So that's promising. What we need to do is convert these trees from the mesh that they use, which is a what's this? Use create particles. They have some special things that they're doing here. General, show output in tree. There it is. So there's our multi-meshes in there. Okay. So you can see that they're populated as multi-meshes here in the sidebar. That's the type of thing that they are. He should be reloaded. Boop, nothing there. Boop, nothing there. Nothing to see here. One more try. We have shown the output in tree, so we're hoping that essentially, like, if we can essentially bake the meshes we want for browser based on, there we go, I can see that. Run in browser one more time. Hopefully we get some trees. If we don't, you know, we can bake it. I know we can bake it. Admin, I could default the level, but you know, we were doing some mechanics today, so. Yo, that sucks. Final test. I have to do this one last test. Stop the HTTP server. The bake test. Save branch as seen. Scatter output. Trees primary. Show output tree. Boop. They're gone. Trees primary. Come back. Where are you? Where are you guys? Come on. I told you to. There we go. Okay, so those are the trees we want. Show output in tree. Copy. Kill. Paste over here. Hide. Okay, so they're all there. There's no reason this shouldn't work. We'll shift them a little for fun. Let's do this. Run one more time. The last test. Doesn't work, we'll go to bed. We're gonna go to bed either way. This is the baked method, I suppose. Yay! Awesome, we did it, friends. Okay. They don't look perfect. I think they're all like uniform or something. No, they're sort of turned. Wait, are they all uniform? They seem like they're all uniform and they've lost their translations and transforms. That's bad. I'm so tired. Okay. Delete. Bring these back. Yeah. So it looks like I have these all uniform in the code or in the yeah. So all these left branches, these right branches are going right. So I think we should be able to. We just have to hit this up 360. There we go. Now they can just choose a random. There we go. Okay. So that's a pretty good tip. Just let them twist and turn and do a little bit of a variation. It's harder. It was harder to see that they were all equal when you see now they're facing different directions when we only had just one on, but easy. So now we should be able to bake. What is this right here? It's the show output entry. And then you have to reload scene. Reload scene. There you go. Okay. Now you turn trees primary show output a tree. Take that. Put it here. Hide. Yeah, they're all different angles. Yes, yes. Okay. Now we pull up our debugger and we look how many draw colors we have. So debugger, visual profile, start. Okay. Where is draw call? Profiler, is that what we're looking for? Yeah, here we go. I want visual. Okay, so this is physics time. I wish I knew how to use this. Video RAM, no, monitors. Yeah, draw calls, pipeline. There's one of these in here that's just like help. There's like a way to do this that I'm not seeing. Draw calls. Total draw calls 8. That's hella good. Okay. So now we just move that up a little. All right, so now we're getting our information here. So this chart goes nuts. We're in trouble. Oh my god, did it really just... There we go. 29. 9, 15. We expect to have very few draw calls because we're in a situation where... What the fuck is the physics? The first time you wake a sleeping object, it does suck. I wonder what that means. Okay, I got a test. Go to the admin. We've got draw calls like crazy in our UI. So 41, 42. And then if I hide that, we go to 15. That makes sense. What about this? 36, 41, 40. So like perfect. That means that the export method that we used doesn't add that much draw card. Very few. So Bush 130. It's a lot. It's too many bushes. What's a good draw call number? Good draw call number in 64. Good draw call Godot 3D. You want to aim for 200 to 300. Man, that's our budget already. It's not good. Man, we have shit frames. Feels like our frame rate is really low. I guess, does the profiler change our frame rate? Right, the bushes are still on, right? And we're down to 80 something. Okay. If we turn both of these on, it stays the same. No, it goes to 109, 90. No, it's the same. So if I turn the bush off, I should see 40 something. Oh, that's interesting. So if I turn this off, so basically these are two different entities, but they're around the same weight. Okay. Somebody smarter than me is going to need to do this. I'm out of here. Very tired. Thanks for watching, friends. Have a good night.